When a man like David Maraga speaks, Kenya listens. He is not just your everyday public servant, he is a man of the law, a man of conviction, and to many, he is a symbol of integrity in a political environment that often seems to be running short of it. On the evening of July 15, 2025, retired Chief Justice David Kenani Maraga sat down with Citizen TV for what was arguably one of the most candid interviews of the year. In that seat, he wasn't just a retired judge. He was a witness to Kenya's democratic journey, a critique of our current systems, and a father figure trying to speak truth to power. Today, I want us to walk through that interview together, not just to hear what he said, but to really feel the weight of his words, reflect on their meaning, and explore what they mean for us as Kenyans. So what comes to your mind when you hear the name Maraga? Do you see a hero or a man misunderstood by history? In that interview, Yvonne asked the question millions are thinking about. You are running for president. Who will be part of this journey with you? Maraga didn't blink. I'm not interested in alliance driven by ego or ethnicity. My team will be people of integrity, experience, and compassion, professionals from across sectors and across Kenya.
I am going to get a team of professionals in various areas. I will not purport to know what is done in the medical field. I will leave that to the experts. What I will do is, I will do the necessary vetting, get the right people in the right place, and once they are there.
This was not political posturing. He wasn't dropping names to score points. He was signaling a redefinition of leadership. He mentioned civic leaders, former judges, human rights defenders, and even educators and youth organizers, not a single political strongman in sight. Listening to him, I found myself unexpectedly moved. His words reminded me of his judicial legacy. Appointments based on merit, not loyalty. It wasn't a popularity contest. It was a values alignment. When you think of leadership, who comes to your mind? And what qualities matter most in those you will trust? The next question he was asked that struck the heart of Kenya's political system: is it realistic to campaign with small donations? Maraga offered a smile, quiet but confident. The current model fuels corruption. I trust ordinary Kenyans. 10 Kenyan shillings or 100 Kenyan shillings from millions is not just fundraising, it is reclaiming power. This campaign must belong to the people, not to the elite.
I'm convinced we are going to appeal to Kenyans, including Yvonne, to contribute to our campaign. And it's going to succeed. The Kenyans will themselves fund this election, and once we are funded and get elected, you can rest assured that anybody trying to twist us.
It felt radical, but it also felt sincere. In a political climate where power is bought and sold behind closed doors, Maraga's strategy is an open invitation, a silent revolution where the voter isn't just a ballot mark but a stakeholder. I imagined my grandmother in Nyamira, my college friend in Nairobi, each sending 50 bob, not because they expect favors, but because they believe. That to me is a profound shift. Will you contribute even a small amount to support leadership rooted in integrity rather than influence? Why or why not? Yvonne also asked what many youth activists wanted to hear. What is your message to the youth and protest movements? Maraga's voice didn't rise, it deepened. He said, to the youth, do not give up. Dissent is constitutional. We need dialogue, not PR messaging. I will engage and not pacify.
President Maraga in 2027 or 2028 and people are marching to State House. What do you do?
You will
allow it?
You will have known from intelligence
that
this is planned. Find a way of addressing those issues. When you address those issues, if there are enough few who will march there, if I was in State House, I would even walk out and tell them, young people, what is it that you want? Talk to them.
This moment lingered with me. We have seen youth protests met with tear gas. We have seen outrage dismissed as noise. But here was a man, once the highest legal officer in the land, validating protest, affirming discontent, and welcoming critique. This wasn't political theater, this was doctrine, and in that moment he gave the youth something they rarely receive: respect. If you could speak directly with power today, what change will you ask to see? And do you believe it will happen? The tension sharpened during the interview. He was asked, "Are you suggesting the current leadership isn't law-abiding?" Maraga's reply was deliberate. "It's not personal, it's constitutional. When institutions are ignored and rights are suppressed, that is a systematic issue. My aim is fidelity to the law."
Ruto's government has failed the Kenyans. I have offered myself to lead a team that is going to come with a fundamental transformation of the governance system in this country. As I've said, we will stop the extractive system and get the country back.
That response struck me. This wasn't mudslinging, it was architectural. He is trying to rebuild framework. Law as the skeleton of governance. We have normalized impunity for so long. What difference does it make when leaders are faithful to law over power? And what have we missed when they are not? Yvonne also remarked, "Politics is brutal. How will you handle the pressure, attacks, and scrutiny?" Maraga sat upright. "I faced pressure as CJ. My life has always been an open book. I welcome scrutiny. I will be tested, but I'm far more tested already. My goal, rule of law that protects every Kenyan." It is easy to underestimate calm men, but calm is not the absence of strength. It is refinement. He reminded me of a steel, not loud, not flashy, but unbreakable. And I believe him when he says scrutiny is welcome, because he's already endured political backlash, death threats, and attempts at intimidation, and he never even once flinched. If I may ask, what tests of character are inevitable in your life? How do you respond when your values are challenged under fire? So here we go. A former judge, now a presidential candidate. A man who says the Constitution isn't a document but a compass. A man who has spent a career defending the rule of law, now asking to serve as a steward of the nation. He doesn't have deep-pocketed donors. He doesn't promise tribal loyalty. He is not offering spectacle. He is offering something far more powerful: structure, principle, and clarity. In a land where promises dissolve by the rally, Maraga offers permanence. If you listened carefully to the interview, you didn't just hear a campaign launch. You heard a philosophy, a contract with the citizenry, and perhaps a turning point. If Maraga's vision resonates with you, what is one practical step you will take this week to live out these principles? Leave your comments down below.